Hello, everybody. So I am back. I've had a couple of people ask if I would, if I decided to do a top coat on these, if I would share it with you. Okay, so I will just show you really quick what I do. It's really not a big deal. There's no rim on this, so I am going to have to just kind of start slowly in the middle, and then I'm going to just spread it out with this spatula. And what I want to do is just barely get to the rims. Now, I don't know if I really showed you this too much when I made this project, but do you see how that is all those little grooves in there? Okay, that was one reason why I didn't do a top coat when I finished the project, because I thought, gosh, I am just asking for bubbles in there, and that is true. I am asking for bubbles, but it may help give it a little bit more depth. Okay. So let's go ahead, and we're just going to go ahead and just pour just a little bit here in the center. I'm going to just do one at a time. And using the spatula will help kind of push it down into those little grooves so that it will help with the amount of bubbles that we'll get. So you just want to, this was what, maybe a little bit bigger than the size of a quarter or $50 or so that I'm starting with. It's pretty, it's really bringing out the colors. And here we go, really pretty. Okay, let's keep going. We'll just put a bit more so we can go out to the edge. Just don't want it to go over, especially since I don't trust these little grooves here all around the edges. I don't want it to just funnel right off the sides. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just getting the tip of my spatula wet to go around some of these edges. Yeah, this will give it a nice, smooth finish. And since I'm going to be using these for coasters, it'll be nice not to have the grooves, honestly. So you can see it's really bringing out more depth in the colors. Really thin, really going really thin to out here to the edges. But it doesn't have to be scary. I know the first time I did it here, gosh, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, I was actually kind of nervous to try it because I don't know, it just was something new, and I'm kind of a person of routine and habit. Go all the way out to the edge. And that's going to be just enough. We're going to have to add any more, I don't think, but we'll watch it. We'll start on the other one and watch it. And if any of the resin starts to pull away, we can definitely just add a bit more. Give it a spray of alcohol. There we go. We'll let that kind of sit. And we'll start with this one. Definitely bringing out the colors. I mean, bringing out the depth of that. And should do the same thing with this. I'm going to start with about the same amount here. Just kind of slowly spread it around. Just want a thin layer. One thing this is doing is, I said in the video, I did have some surface bubbles on on both of these actually, because of all those grooves. And adding a top coat can definitely help take care of that. They kind of disappear. Just want this to get down. I just want trying to make sure I'm kind of evenly putting just a bit of pressure around this because of all the grooves in here. Making sure I'm trying to get down and that it's sinking down in there. Some drips. Okay, is this kind of making sense to everybody? Just go really carefully and really thin to the edge so that you don't go over. Okay. Give it another quick spray of alcohol on both of them. A bubble right there, kind of stubborn. Okay, so this blue one here is looking pretty good. I don't see too much where it's pulling away from the edges. But you know, resin has a tendency to shrink back anyway as it starts to cure. So you can just kind of come in and brush it back out to the edge. You know, it being perfect all the way out to the edge is just not that big of a deal to me. They're not going to be a gift. These are just for me. They definitely took me a little bit of time. So I thought, gosh, these will be fun for me just to keep here at my house. Gosh, they're looking pretty good. See kind of some little bit of a puckery area right here. I don't know if you can see that. Give it a quick spray. That doesn't even it out. It may be that I just need to pour just a little bit more resin to put just a tiny bit more in here. It looks like it's trying to like sink down in that, and don't want that to happen. There we go. I'm just going to let that kind of self-level. Give it one little boost. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, we're going to just kind of watch it. And the only thing I'll do is if I need to come in like right around here on this edge, if it starts to keep pulling away, I'll just add, you know, little tiny bit more resin, about a dime or so, and see if that takes care of the problem. And actually, you know what? Might as well just do it right now because I see it's trying to thin itself out right there. I just kind of brush that over. And that should take care of it. All right. Okay, you guys, so that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep an eye on it. If I need to add just a tiny bit more, I will. Otherwise, I am going to set this over and let it cure, and then we'll be back when they're all cured. Okay, I'll see you in just a little bit. Hello, everybody. So our coasters are completely dried now since we did the top coat. And what do you think about this? The edges turned out pretty well. I see I have one little spot here that pulled away from the tray and I didn't notice it. So yeah, it's okay. I can just come in with a teeny tiny drop, literally just a tiny drop of clear resin and fill that in and you won't even notice. But look at the depth that that gave. And now, you know, one nice thing is we lost all those ridges that we had before. There it is, nice and clear. And yeah, I hope that this, just a quick tutorial, but I hope that it helped you just kind of see at least what I do for my top coats. Super easy, not stressful. Just a thin coat is all you need, really, unless you're wanting a big high dome. But what do you think it did as far as the, so I can get a little bit more light in there without a glare. But what do you think it did for the colors? See, you can still see it turning to purple, and then the blue and kind of a lighter blue, but it definitely gave it more depth for the effect. I feel like, do you see? Looks really, actually really cool. Okay, and then here is our other one with the spirals. Same thing, worked out really well. Had a little spot right here that's not completely smooth, but that's okay. It still got a great effect, gave more depth to this color as well. Here's all the different colors you can still see. See if you can see the green. It turns to that really pretty green and just kind of gives it depth to all these colors that come through. And yeah, so this one I feel like kind of, if you hold it this way, you get more of the 3D effect. And I feel like this one needs to be held more like this, and it really comes through. All right, there is my little quick note about putting a top coat on. Let me know if you try something and how it turns out for you. If you have questions, if it doesn't work out right or something, let me know. I'll help if I can. I try to get back to everybody's comments and questions. Sometimes it takes me a day or two. Thank you for your patience on that. But yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.